What's up, Internet? I'm Matt Brickman. This is 7:34 from WCCO. We know most of you are on your way out the door, maybe getting those kids back to school after another snow day yesterday. So let's get you right to the weather. It's not snowing, at least not in any significant way right now. Just a couple of flurries, but plenty on the ground after yesterday. Nearly 9 inches fell here in the Twin Cities, which has now put us up at 31.5 for the month of February with more than a week to go. We have already smashed the old record for February here in the Twin Cities, breaking what stood since 1962 by more than 5 inches of snow. We're likely to add to that before the month is out. Heaviest snow looks like it was in the southwest metro. I saw Chaska had about a foot, a little bit more than that in Belle Plaine, but we all got a good shot. Andover up in the north metro, 11 inches there, 10 inches in Bloomington and Osseo. The whole metro just covered. Even out east, Hudson had 9 inches and 8.5 yesterday in Maplewood. Flurries this morning, but then increasing sun into the afternoon, mid-20s today. I think we'll see snow in western Minnesota starting in the afternoon on Friday, and then that could get into the cities by Friday night, and then another round of snow Saturday night into Sunday. We are not done yet. All right, the biggest story online this morning is about Zion Williamson. He's the Duke freshman who everybody just assumes is going to be the first pick in the upcoming NBA draft. Well, 30 seconds into last night's game against rival UNC, this happened. Planted his foot and his shoe just exploded. There it is. You can see the huge hole in the side of it. Zion grabbed his knee, walked off under his own power, but didn't come back to the game. So it's got everybody talking online. Nike came out and issued a statement on this. I'll show you what they said. We are obviously concerned and want to wish Zion a speedy recovery. The quality and performance of our products is the utmost importance. While this is an isolated occurrence, we are working to identify the issue. One of the big stories leading up to this game was how hard it was to get a ticket. They were going for basically the same price as the Super Bowl. A ton of celebrities were there, including former President Barack Obama. He was wishing Zion a speedy recovery, saying he's an outstanding player. But several NBA stars were pretty outspoken about this as well. Donovan Mitchell, who plays for the Jazz, said, "Let's remember all the money that went into this game, and these players get none of it. Now Zion gets hurt. Something has to change in the NCAA." So here's the question. Isaiah Thomas kind of saying the same thing here. Should kids go from high school to pros, kind of skip out on this NCAA deal altogether? So here's the question. Should college athletes be paid? I mean, we've had this conversation again and again as a society, but now you've got likely the #1 overall pick injuring his knee, not getting any money from Nike when he blows out his knee in a Nike shoe. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, let us know. We'll read a few of your comments coming up here in just a bit. Okay, we did it! Or we did it. We broke the record for the snowiest February in the Twin Cities. Nearly 9 inches yesterday, more than 31 for the month, smashed the old record. And by the way, we still got a week plus to go. Snow emergencies have been declared for both Minneapolis and St. Paul, so make sure you are parked on the right side of the street. MSP Airport was also a mess yesterday. They closed all runways for an hour because it was snowing so hard. Visibility was near zero. We got a behind-the-scenes look at how they cleared the snow off so quickly. They actually have a playbook for this, Winter Ops Playbook. And the best part, all the plays, the plans, are named after Minnesota sports teams.
We got what we would call the Twins. So why it's the Twins, there's 2 runway teams. We have the Viking. That is a whole nother different play. We have the Timberwolf. That's how we roll out here at MSP.
I love this guy. One challenge they face at MnDOT, or that MnDOT doesn't face, on the roads. They can't just pile up the snow on the sides of the runways out at the airport, because planes might clip it with their wings. Yep, that'd be bad. All right, well, it's not just snowing here. It was snowing in Las Vegas. Again, this is the second time in a week, and actually it got a little bit more yesterday. 1 to 3 inches fell in Las Vegas a day ago and actually stuck around. Crazy to see. All right, well, if you're driving around in the snow yesterday, no fun at all. But maybe we should have just taken a page out of this guy's book. A passenger riding through Harmony, Minnesota. See the guy on skis? Yeah, that was a horse and a buggy. I love this. Okay, there's your guy on skis again. Watch it here, slow-mo. There's your buggy. There's the horse. I've never seen anything like this before. We are assuming the guy is Amish, or at least he has friends who are Amish. We weren't sure if he's just taking a joyride or if there's a reason he's doing this, but we just loved that video. And this is also pretty funny as well. What do you think the story is behind this? Perfect Exteriors of Minnesota posted this photo on Facebook. A guy decided to drive around with his top down during the snowstorm. The post from the siding and roofing company says, no roof is an option. I got to think that his roof just doesn't work, right? Because you're not choosing to get snowed on while you're driving around town, but pretty funny either way. The latest twist in a bizarre story that we've been following, Chicago police say Jussie Smollett has now turned himself in this morning after being accused of faking his attack. He faces felony charges for filing a false police report. Smollett is expected to be in court later this morning. Chicago police also plan to hold a news conference later today. Smollett could go to prison for up to 3 years and might also have to pay back the cost of the investigation. A Coast Guard lieutenant is under arrest after he allegedly made a hit list of Democratic politicians, including Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Lieutenant Christopher Hassan is a self-described white nationalist. In court records, he wrote in an email, he was dreaming of a way to kill almost every last person on Earth. Federal agents say they found 15 firearms, more than 1,000 rounds of ammo in his apartment. Hassan is set to appear in court today. A lot of people are talking about Samsung's new folding phone. Watch that. Come on, this is cool. The Galaxy Fold combines a phone and a tablet in one device. It's got several apps that you can use at one time. It is expensive, costs nearly $2,000, but you know, iPhones are over $1,000 and you're not paying all that at once. If you do want that, it is available in late April. Okay. Back to today's talker, Zion Williamson, amazing freshman at Duke, playing last night in that rivalry game against UNC, plants his foot, his shoe explodes, leaves the game with a knee injury. Does he even come back the remainder of the year? I don't know. So I wanted to talk about, should we be paying college athletes? Our digital guy Cole is here. This is a topic people always get fired up about. Cole, what are they saying this morning?
According to a poll, we got 23% saying they should be paid and 77% saying they shouldn't be paid.
Wow! Yeah. I'm actually blown away by that. 3/4 say don't pay college athletes.
And we've got Lynn saying, isn't a scholarship the same as getting paid?
No, it is not. I mean, Duke's expensive, right? I mean, so a year there is probably about $50,000. But tickets to this game last night were literally going for $10,000 a head. And they were all coming to see this guy. He's the reason those tickets were so expensive.
And then we've got Julie saying by paying them, you are encouraging them to be one-and-done players.
I mean, that's happening already.
Yeah.
By paying them, wouldn't you keep them around longer if they're making money in college?
I think an issue would be like how do you pay, like, you know, the more
the star athletes?
The
yeah, I mean, obviously you can't just give like a flat fee to like second string offensive lineman and the best player in college basketball. Sure. I don't know what the model would be. I just think it's crazy that a guy like this, who's probably going to get a $100 million shoe contract in a year, has maybe ruined his knee, and who knows what happens. I did see this morning he has an insurance policy, an $8 million insurance policy, that if he falls below the number 16 pick in the draft, he can collect on. Wow. That's not going to happen even if his knee is ruined, but just, I don't know. It's crazy to see. And I bet you he doesn't sign with Nike now after that. All right, well, that is it for the 734 from WCCO. Time when most of the Twin Cities are on the go. If you haven't already done this, you've had a month. That's how long we've been around. Make us your home for mobile news. We'll be back starting month 2 tomorrow at 7:34. Until then, be nice to each other on the internet.